Blake's House Wrestling. So, I'm going to go ahead and get the dark match going. Let's see. I think the dark is going to be Kurt Angle. That might actually be Olympic Kurt Angle. And, let's see. Actually, I think he's going to go up against Scott Steiner. I think this is actually a legit good matchup. So, let's go ahead and jump into that, and then I'll let the internet know we're here. And then we can get in some real-ass Blake's House Wrestling action. Let's see.
Hi.
Yo, what's happening, Nick? Appreciate you stopping in. Let's see. Alright, cool. So, yeah, you have come in right as this show's starting up. Sounds good. Gotta say, your boy, The Rapture, he's been doing some shit the last couple of weeks. Hey, how you doing, Cinder? Came in, during the dark match while I'm waiting on some people to start showing up. Yeah? Yeah, I gotta say, your company's doing pretty well for itself. Hey, how you doing, Jamel? Appreciate you stopping by. And this is a matchup that would have been absolutely incredible to see. Is like late 90s Scott Steiner versus early 2000s Angle. Back switch, big backdrop from Steiner. Angle battling back with a European uppercut. Trying to wear the genetic freak down. Applies a chokehold, just trying to take the lungs away from Steiner. Both of these men, of course, champions in their own right. Scott Steiner, a national champion collegiate wrestler, and of course Kurt Angle famously winning the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. Also, I'm gonna point to it again when we go quote-unquote live, but how y'all liking the new ring mat? That is a logo from, and I asked them how to pronounce their name, but it's E.L. Yass, the famous artist of wrestling Twitter, has made us a logo. So now we don't need to use the shitty Raw font for the Blake's House Wrestling. Yeah, my original idea for the logo was kind of a parody of the WWF In Your House logo, but I do like the direction that they went with it. Like, it's goofy, it's fun, and like that is very much the brand we're working with here.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Steiner not letting Angle get anything out of that corner turnbuckle. I can't say that I blame him. I've seen Kurt Angle hit that Olympic slam off the top rope before. Angle absolutely crumbling, but big belly-to-belly overhead suplex, nearly tossing Steiner over the post and onto that exposed hardwood.
5, 6, 7.
Steiner responding back with a massive suplex of his own, and Angle is dazed, but fighting possibly on pure instinct to not allow Steiner to take his back, but both men need to get in the ring. They do so after 15 seconds. Angle once again going to the corner turnbuckle, and this time electing to just apply additional punishment with those punches to the head. Kurt Angle with that series of suplexes, taking his back once again. Once, twice, but this time Steiner immediately to his feet. Big lariat from the Big Papa Pump himself. And the Big Bad Booty Daddy once again running the ropes and delivering a huge lariat. Angle now going up top, possibly setting up for a brainbuster. Steiner with a thumb to the eye and allows him to deliver a big elbow drop, but he's running out of gas. And that allows Angle to shake the cobwebs out a bit. And no, Steiner once again with that big backdrop. Both men are nearly out of gas at this point. Angle starting to work the legs, setting up his signature hold. Before he does that, he is once again going to a series of suplexes. And just inches away from the rope. Steiner refusing to tap out to that knee bar, and oh yeah, it would have been absolutely incredible. Oh, there it is. There's the ankle lock. Ankle lock. Steiner, no, he refuses to submit. But Angle had that hold locked in for quite a while. Oh, roll up out of nowhere. 1, 2. No, still not enough. But, I mean, shit, the invasion could have been so much more, but there's a lot of politics and bullshit, and it is what it is. Scott Steiner refusing to be submitted, put in a hold until his ankle was literally broken by the 1996 Olympic champion Kurt Angle. Congratulations to Angle for winning the dark match over Scott Steiner. I say this week in and week out. Yeah, honestly, they didn't really have any of the top guys, which, like, I get it. I'm sure they were making way too much money. WWE wasn't willing to pay their contracts. Like, it was all politics and bullshit. But, because of the politics and bullshit, we didn't get the Angle we could have got. But I say this every week, and hey, these guys that show up in the dark match, they might show up on the main card at some point. But who knows, with the shoot title being a bigger factor, we might see the Olympic champion Kurt Angle making a run at the shooter title. But with the dark match over, I can officially welcome you all to another week of Blake's House Wrestling. Got quite a show set up for you this week. Of course, the main advertised matches. I'm sure you've got to be used to it by this point. We have the Maglo Open Challenge. Maglo will be defending his spot, his ring, against a mystery opponent that wins a battle royal earlier in the evening. But tonight's main event, if you were following our social media, this main event was already spoiled. But we have got the Shoot League Championship. Alphonso versus Alpizar. Alphonso, of course, beating Alpizar last week in SWA rules action. Alpizar maybe taking Alphonso a little bit lightly, but he beat the champ, and now he is getting a title shot on tonight's show, and that will be our main event tonight. Of course, we've got the typical matchups that you guys also know to expect. The KOF TV title, by the nature of it being a TV title, it is defended every week, and the participants in that match will be decided by audience votes and selections. So, in addition to those 4 matchups, we've got a handful of other matches that you all can look forward to over the course of this show. So let's go ahead and get into one of those matches right away. I see Alphonso from the back, maybe questioning the photo we used in his promotional material. But I don't know. I mean, I think it looks fairly intimidating. Like, I think it works as a wrestler photo. But, so, you guys know we are ending tonight's show with some mixed martial arts action. Let's go ahead and open the show with some SWA rules action. And we are going to see a couple of Blake's House guys. Of course, both experienced wrestlers. Drew Serpa, Matthew Knapp. Matt. So you know what, let's not get into that spiel just yet. Let's go ahead and jump into the match, and I can kind of give you a breakdown as they make their way to the ring. So, of course, both men, Drew Serpa as well as Matt Knapp, experienced wrestlers. Both men wrestled in high school. Matthew Knapp, more known for his unorthodox offense in Blake's House Wrestling, but every once in a while, he will pull out some holds that just serves to remind you, yeah, I can wrestle too. Serpa, of course, a more orthodox competitor. Those MMA transitions and holds and suplexes that an Olympic-style wrestler is known for, you'll be seeing a lot of those from Drew over the course of this match. Nick, I was not aware you wrestled in high school. Makes sense in retrospect. And Drew chasing Matt down. Both men test the strength, and Matt just not giving Drew the opportunity to really get anything big going. And there is Matt, like, as I said earlier at the start of this matchup, he's known for his unorthodox style, but he can surprise you with some legitimate wrestling offense, and he's doing just that right now as he gets that double leg takedown and locks on the Kimura, but Serpa immediately powering out of it. Big backdrop. Matt laying on a suplex here, and it looks like Matt's taken Drew's words to heart, or rather more so, Antonio speaking for the two gentlemen from Daytona, where they don't respect his wrestling style. Well, Matt is bringing some real wrestling to this matchup, and Drew is being forced to respect it as he is getting lifted and dropped onto the mat. Ooh, but shutting down whatever Matt was going for with that open hand strike. Ooh, another big suplex from Matt. And this time, Drew returning the favor, hitting him with his own maneuver. Big suplex with bridge. One. Only a 1 count. Drew unable to keep Knapp pinned down for very long. Got mount position and locks on that scarf hold. Trying to take Matt's wind away from him. Another gut-wrench suplex. And Drew's finally starting to get things going.
Give up.
Sort of a combination neck and arm wrench technique there by Serpa. Yeah, here's some rumblings about the new ring mats that we've got, and I can say we've commissioned a logo from the famous artist Elias, like well known from wrestling Twitter. He got that made for us, and he may be lurking in the stream over the course of this weekend. So. Ooh, big suplex from Knapp, and nearly gets the cover there. Drew just trying to slow him down a little bit. Matt has had a great deal of offensive momentum over the course of this match that Drew has really been unable to slow down. And I think Matt has thrown the wrestling textbook out the window with that pile driver, but just as I say that, a flash roll up and just trying to surprise Drew here. And Drew responding back with a technical spin of his own. If you were in the arena for the dark match, say you are getting back-to-back wrestling clinics from 4 different individuals that are very accomplished Olympic-style wrestlers. Switch by Drew, and Drew lifting and dropping Matt on his neck, but tied up in the ropes, unable to get the cover. So Drew using that bit of information to reposition. Bring this fight closer to the center. Back switch. He is coming at Matt from a bunch of different angles, making his offense hard to pin down. But Drew has taken a lot of sustained damage over the course of this match. He has been slammed repeatedly by Matthew Knapp. Ooh, double leg takedown. Switch. Lifting him and dropping him right on the logo. 1, 2, 2.9. Matt kicks out and is to his feet first. And there's the small package bomb. And Matt may have been saved by the bell. So once again, small package bomb right on the new logo. 3-count fall. He got saved by the bell in round 1, but just 20 seconds into round 2, Drew hits that small package bomb, rolls him up 1, 2, 3, and Drew will be victorious in this contest. How you doing, Gatekeeper? Appreciate you stopping by. You haven't missed a whole lot. You missed the dark, and you came in just at the tail end of the first match. Yep, pinned him in the ring. Nowhere for Matt to go. And Drew chalking up a win for the team based out of Daytona. Of course, the team of Drew and Antonio. Trying to work their way back up the ranks. And Drew getting a crucial victory over Matthew Knapp. So let's go ahead and just get right into the next match. We've got couple guys that you haven't seen on Blake's House TV in a little while, but both certainly major contributors to the community and to the company. So let's go ahead and get a match going with Zero and Blake. Zero, of course. Actually, you know, let's go ahead and get that match going now. I can start doing some tail of the tape as they start walking their way to the ring once again. So, Zero Lopez, Blake Cabus, and that match happening right now. And that is Zero walking to the ring to the theme of Zero Lopez, produced by Maglo, who you will be seeing later on in tonight's show. That is the theme of Zero Lopez when he won his two-time UFGT Mystery Game Championship. Zero, of course, famously injured early on in the first season of Blake's House TV, came back possibly prematurely in the Blake's House Wrestling Judgment Pro Wrestling crossover events, but hasn't got a lot of action out of Zero otherwise, at least on televised matches. Blake had a brief run of tag team matches, teaming with Brandon, as the two of them are the keepers of Blake's house. But Blake also not having a lot of singles experience, at least televised singles experience under his belt. This will give both of these men an opportunity to pick up a crucial W in front of the audience in the arena and the tens of people watching from home. Big knee from Blake. And Zero, possibly better known as a striker, but Blake showing off that he is fairly deadly with those kicks himself, and two-piece combination and a chop, beating Zero to the punch. Whatever he was trying to do, just couldn't get it out in time. Blake setting up for something, but Zero to his feet first. And there's that flashing elbow he was looking for earlier, but Zero quickly to his feet and quickly put back on the mat with that throwback enziguri. Big drop kick from Blake, shutting down whatever counter that Zero had planned coming off those turnbuckle, or off those ropes rather. And Blake delivering strikes, and now going into this figure four right over the Whale Boys logo. We got a little bit of synchronicity going on here. It's Whale Boys, a property of Blake. You can see at twitch.tv/ALXice. So when Blake is not in a wrestling ring for Blake's house, you would do yourself a favor and check him out there. Big arm drag from Zero.
5 minutes gone.
And this match thus far has been the Blake show, and big lung blower, and Blake going for the cover. A little bit of disrespect, but nearly gets the 3-count fall out of it. You think maybe if he went for a more aggressive cutter, or a more aggressive cover, that would have been a 3-count. Aside from that big pop-up cutter from Zero, Zero hasn't gotten a lot of really significant holds in. Oh, but surprise roll-up, maybe trying to steal one on Blake, but Blake able to kick out. Oh, and Blake kicking Zero's leg out from under his leg. And another step-up enziguri. Big neck breaker from Zero. Zero running the ropes, but Blake scrambling to his feet, not allowing Zero to get whatever he wants off there. So Zero starting to work the legs, trying to take away that offensive weapon that Blake has employed over the course of this matchup. And big Dudley Dog Blake goes to the top rope and hits that big frog splash in honor of his Uncle Eddie. Both men circle each other, and Blake shutting Zero down once again, and another frog splash, and Blake going up top a third time. And that is 3 frog splashes, and Zero responding back with a Pele kick, possibly out of desperation. And once again, Blake to his feet before Zero is able to hit whatever he wants to hit off the ropes there. This time he gets it, hits the sling blade, but Blake is once again to his feet. But there's the Puerto Rican Destroyer right in the center of the ring. And a nifty roll-up from Zero, and that was nearly enough by itself. Puerto Rican Destroyer absolutely devastating. Ooh, big double leg from Zero. Blake responding back, rolls through with a cover, but Zero able to get to the ropes. Zero responding back with a cover of his own, and that was almost enough there. Big spine buster from Cabus, and he runs the ropes, flashing elbow right to the face. That elbow right across the face of Zero. Zero going up top. Big 450 splash, but Blake tangled up in the ropes. That won't get him what he needs here. Zero trying to bring Blake away from the ropes, possibly trying it again. Another 451. 2. 2.9. Still not enough. So once again, that is a third 450 splash for the 3 frog splashes that Blake delivered earlier in this match. 3 450s for a 3-count fall. As that Maglo-produced theme of Zero Lopez plays in the background. So doing a little bit here on the undercard to get some guys some opportunities that haven't been on Blake's House TV in a little while. And we're jumping right into another one of those matches. And Gatekeeper, if you're still in the chat, we do have a lot of Judgment Pro Wrestling competitors showing up later on in the card tonight. Definitely don't worry about how Blake's House heavy the undercard is thus far. But right now, another competitor that we have not seen on Blake's House TV a while is Jordan, who I don't believe has been in a significant singles match in... Actually, you know what? Let's call a bit of an audible here. Go ahead and raise the stakes a little bit. So one thing you may not know about Jordan is Jordan is in fact hardcore. And we're bringing back somebody that's hasn't been on Blake's House TV in probably over a month, maybe closer to 2. Of course, we are talking about somebody's dad, Shane McMahon. As Jordan and Shane will be going one-on-one in a Landmine Deathmatch. Hi. So, Jordan we've seen in a handful of Battle Royal situations and a couple of tag team matches. He's another competitor that's got fairly limited singles experience. However, despite that, he is not to be underestimated. Those kicks of his are absolutely devastating. And his wrestling ability is actually quite good. He will be able to throw Shane McMahon all around this match, all around this ring if he is not careful. Shane McMahon, of course, the best phantom punches in wrestling, but already busted open by those light tubes. Jordan playing to the strengths of this match type very well, using those light tube corners, and I am sure he will be going for that Singapore cane at some point over the course of this matchup. But Shane McMahon had a particularly impressive 2 out of 3 series against the current champion, Shenzhou. And unfortunately, that stretch employed by Jordan blocked by the corner turnbuckle light tube board. Let's see. So, Shane McMahon has beat a champion. Shenzhou was not champion at the time, but he has beaten the current champion. So he's not one to be taken lightly either, but right now, cross-face chicken wing. Jordan already having Shane McMahon busted open, trying to take his breath away from him as well with these holds. Ooh, going for a leaping facebuster, but McMahon able to get out of the way. And both men into the light tube. Shane McMahon possibly forgetting himself a little bit and forgetting just exactly where he was in the ring. Possibly a little bit dazed from getting busted open earlier in this contest. Also, you saw moments ago, Shane McMahon hitting that roll-up. Ooh, big moonsault! But only a 1 count. You saw Shane McMahon hitting that roll-up, something that he is absolutely famous for. He has hit several of those and stolen matches from several opponents with those flash roll-ups. And I'm sure he's going to attempt to do so at some point in this matchup. And rapid palm strikes from Jordan. And Jordan not electing to go to the kendo stick, instead going for that big light tube. And he is just swinging for the fences. Shane McMahon able to sidestep it. And once again, that flash roll-up won. But Jordan had it scouted. Despite having not been on TV for quite a while, Jordan clearly watches this show, knows what Shane McMahon is about offensively, and is doing his best to protect himself from that. Shane, once again, just misjudging the spacing around the ring. There has got to be some blood in his eyes, obstructing his vision. Oh, Shane attempting to use the light tubes, but Jordan taking that opportunity away from him, reversing. Oh, Shane McMahon going with those phantom punches. And a barn door right hand across the face of Jordan. And there's that leaping facebuster that Jordan was trying to hit earlier. And Jordan now with that patented bear hug that he is so well known for. I think nearly everyone in the Blake's House stable is familiar with that Jordan bear hug. Jordan running the ropes, sliding D across the face of Shane McMahon, and once again another leaping facebuster. But Shane McMahon may be finding a second win to his feet first. But Jordan cutting him off with that elbow to face. And Jordan just showing off for the crowd a bit, and that may come back to haunt him as Shane McMahon swinging wildly with that light tube, but it was sidestepped and shut down by that slap across the chest. Big belly-to-belly suplex, moonsault, fall, 1, 2, 3 count fall, and Jordan will pick up a victory over somebody's dad, Shane McMahon. So just to get people caught up, if anybody is just joining us, some matches you guys have to look forward to on tonight's show. Of course, the Maglo Battle Royal will be coming up shortly. which will, of course, feed into the Maglo Open Challenge. The winner of that will be challenging Maglo tonight. As well as tonight's main event, we opened the show with some mixed martial arts action, and we will be ending the show for the Mixed Martial Arts Championship with Alphonso versus Alpizar. But before we do that, let's get the Blake's House Tag Team Champions involved in a match tonight. Of course, that is Sterling. That is Worzalla. But in the spirit of the Blake's House Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance, we're going to make this an 8-man tag. And so the tag team champions of Sterling and Worzalla have enlisted the help of the firm. Mr. Smith, Mr. Adams, the professionals for hire. And they are going to be going up against a team of the Pearlman brothers. And so I know that your canonical teams, like right now, this is Blake's House and Judgment Pro Wrestling, although you will have a couple of guys on the show tonight. So no worries there, and you can always submit an extra one for the Battle Royal. But we are going to have Nick Vadala, Tyler Donaldson, and let me do something here. Let's see. Give me just a moment. Let's see. See. All right. So, yep, that will be the matchup here. Sterling and Worzalla, along with the professionals for hire in the firm, against the Pearlman brothers, Nick Vadala and Tyler Donaldson. So, let's go ahead and jump right into this match. So, with the Judgment Pro Wrestling invasion that occurred during the first season of this program, the tag team division took a bit of a back seat. So matchups like this are going to be a bit of an effort to correct that. Of course, Worzalla and Sterling, the current tag team champions, but the firm certainly no slouches themselves. Now, you saw Tyler and Nick compete in the tag team #1 contenders contest a couple weeks ago. And they were ultimately defeated by the team that would challenge the #1 contenders. And you've got to figure they are trying to get back into the picture of the tag team titles. And getting a pin on the current champions is certainly a way to do that. But the Pearlman brothers certainly have that same goal. They have an opportunity to pin the champions. But we will have to see how this match plays out, as Sterling, and I believe that is Josh Pearlman. Oh no, Josh tagging out to Nick, and beautiful double drop kick. Nick we have not seen in quite a while. Gotta figure with the Nick's wrestling organization invasion going on, you gotta figure Nick's been training, getting into fighting shape to prepare himself when our company is under siege from Nick's wrestling organization. That has got to be my best guess as to why we have not seen him on television in the last several weeks. Big headbutt from Sterling, and Sterling with that disrespectful cover. I believe that is Ryan Pearlman, the masked wrestler. But no, he will tag out to Tyler, and that is bringing in Mr. Adams of the firm. Tyler, big body slam, goes for the cover, and excellent bit of strategy, going for that cover in his own corner, giving his team the best opportunity to support him. So that is one thing that Tyler, and actually Nick as well, are quite good at, is they are excellent strategists in the ring. I can see some questions on the professionals for hire. That would be more of a question for JBIII or his representative in the chat, the Gatekeeper, as those are two men that come from the Judgment Pro Wrestling stable. Although I feel like professionals for hire pretty adequately describes their whole deal. They are enforcers, willing to beat ass for a price. And that cover has cleared the orange Gatorade corner, as all four men coming after Worzalla. You've got to figure, with an opportunity to challenge the champion, every single one of these men are going to be coming after Worzalla and Sterling with everything they've got. This may be an 8-man tag, but those two men are still the champions. Worzalla pushing Tyler off him and starting to stretch him out right over the new logo. Worzalla battling his way out of the orange Gatorade corner, but that 2-on-1 advantage proving to be too much, as Nick and Tyler are starting to work like a well-oiled machine, but Nick, a bit of a miscalculation, allowing Worzalla to get around him into the blue Gatorade corner, and that will bring in Mr. Smith. And Mr. Smith now starting to stretch Vadala out. Big lift and then drop, slamming Nick to the mat. And a huge double axe handle. And there you can see that size advantage working for him, as those massive arms just come crashing down onto the back of the head. And that is something the firm are certainly specialists of. That is some excellent teamwork, and arguably some dirty teamwork by the men in the blue Gatorade corner. And what good turn deserves another, as that orange Gatorade corner is totally cleared out with that pin attempt. Sterling battling his way out of this 2-on-1 disadvantage, but big crossbody, 1, 2, count 2. Huge belly-to-belly overhead suplex, and once again, just a disrespectful cover. I think both of these men relatively fresh in this contest. It's difficult to keep track of the minutes of who's been in for very long, as men have been going in and then out, in and then out. And just like that, we will be getting 2 new competitors into this contest, as Tyler will be going up against Mr. Smith. But right now, Tyler trying to just lay into the champion. And Mr. Smith trying to chase down Josh Pearlman as he goes back to his own corner. And there's that double axe handle from that absolutely imposing figure. Tyler responding back, dragon screw leg whip, as he goes back to his own corner and brings one of the Pearlmans, Ryan Pearlman, into this contest. The firm tagging within their own organization, which definitely makes sense. You certainly know your own teammate better than another team you're tagging with. And we will have to see how Mr. Adams handles himself. But it looks like Josh getting the upper hand, at least thus far. And it's possibly the fault of these men having never worked together before, but a lot of this tandem offense is struggling from both teams. Aside from that early double drop kick, bit of a miscues on timing have allowed the 2-on-1 disadvantage to be broken out of. Big whip from Worzalla. Oh, going for that headbutt. If he hit that headbutt center of the ring, you know he was going for that patented Worzalla elbow drop. Ooh, big lariat, but right in the orange Gatorade corner. And Worzalla peppered with strikes. Like, absolutely disrespectful to go for that cover in their corner, and he paid for it. And now Ryan Pearlman coming out of the corner like a house of fire. Flash roll up one, and this will clear the blue Gatorade corner. And it is absolute chaos in the ring. And Worzalla going back to his own corner. And Ryan Pearlman doing so as well. Big jawbreaker. Tyler going up top.
All right, baby!
And Tyler missing that patented elbow drop that he is so well known for using. Picture perfect enziguri for the side of the head by Tyler. And Mr. Adams, monster lariat. Excuse me, bringing Mr. Adams into this contest. That was Mr. Smith hitting that lariat. But now it is Nick's turn. Nick hasn't been in the ring for quite a while. You've got to figure he is the fresh man here. But despite being the fresh competitor, overcoming that size advantage is going to be difficult. But there's Nick using his technical background. Now, like, at least as far as the invasion arc goes, there's like no major story beats coming up tonight. There's going to be some more like cross-promotional matches that NWO guys are going to show up for, but other than that, the invasion arc isn't really getting advanced. The major thing tonight is going to be the Shoot League Championship. Worzalla winding up for that patented elbow drop, but he is not the legal man. So, just an absolute slugfest going on in the blue Gatorade corner. And it will be Josh Pearlman trying to bring the fight back to his own corner. Big head scissors, and that will bring the fight into the orange Gatorade corner. And Mr. Adams has to cross an absolute desert to get back to his own corner, and that is going to be incredibly difficult, as Josh Pearlman not going to allow that to happen. However, just like I said, I thought he was going back to his own corner, but that is not the case. Big bear hug, but Ryan Pearlman protecting his teammate, but to see Worzalla going for that patented 100-hand slap, driving his opponents into the corner, and it is absolute madness. Harada has lost control of this contest. And big fall away slam. And now this fight is in the blue Gatorade corner. Big backdrop and cutter from the firm. That is that tandem offense that you expect from a team that has fought together for years. Tyler shooting his opponent outside, and now it is just absolute madness. Right now, Tyler just 3-on-1 inside the ring. Despite that, Tyler still the excellent strategist, bringing the fight back to his own corner when the man advantage dissipated. Big cross body. This clears both corners. 2.9. And once again, it is 8 men in the ring. It is absolute chaos. Actually, on the subject of 8 men in the ring being absolute chaos, you could all have to look forward to the Maglo Battle Royal happening immediately after this match. Chops into the corner from Ryan Pearlman, sending Worzalla to his knees. Big running slam from Worzalla, and Tyler once again. For all I have talked about Tyler's ability to strategize.
All right, baby!
Oh my gosh, once again going for that diving elbow drop, just a hair too slow. As Mr. Adams able to scramble to his feet and not be in the way of that. Oh my god, massive belly-to-belly overhead suplex from Worzalla, and Worzalla has Tyler right where he wants him. Possibly setting up for that patented elbow drop. Yeah, he's winding up. Oh, Tyler immediately to his feet. He does not want to have Worzalla drop that elbow square into his solar plexus, possibly cave that area in. That move does a ton of damage. There's that diamond cutter from Tyler, but that is too far away from his own corner. And, oh my god, Mr. Adams absolutely mugged there. And Tyler just spit in the face by Sterling with that big fire. And now both legal men just battling it out right in the orange Gatorade corner. Oh my god! Sterling trying to break the fingers of Ryan Pearlman. Big twist of fate. And that's in the orange Gatorade corner. If he can get a cover, oh no. Sterling to his feet. Oh, Sterling possibly going for that giant choke slam he's so well known for. But Ryan Pearlman able to break that up. Once again going for big fire, but unable to find its mark. Now Sterling going up top and just casually coming off the top turnbuckle. Big spinning heel kick. Springboard from the apron. Running stomp. And I have to see what Nick's been up to. Bear hug out of nowhere, and it looks like Mr. Smith will take that with the bear hug. I think all 8 men were so worn down over the course of that match that Nick was unable to hold out for his teammates to get into the contest. And that will be a victory for the Blue Gatorade team, with Mr. Adams picking up the win via bear hug. So, since we got a relatively active chat going on right now, of course, we have the Maglo Open Challenge later on tonight, which means we are starting off with a Battle Royal. So let's go ahead and get some names in the chat of who you guys all want to see in this Battle Royal. Of course, first one to the door, as always, it is going to be Terrell. But there are 7 more names that could potentially be challenging for Maglo's champion, or not Maglo's championship, but rather be challenging Maglo later on tonight. So let's see what you guys can come up with. Actually, Alphonso specifically requested he wants to see Jake the Snake on TV tonight, so I can definitely do that. Nick, if you're still in the chat, if you want to pitch a NWO guy, this would be a good place to do that. Rip Studley, I can do that. And Rip Studley, an absolute mountain of a man. Okay, I can make Bob Ross happen. Oh, that's probably real people. Yeah. Like, yeah, it doesn't have to be Blake's House guys. It doesn't have to be JPW guys. It doesn't have to be real wrestlers. I do have a handful of fun characters, and this matchup and the KOF TV title are certainly the places for that. I do not think I have a Lars Sullivan. Let me check NXT. I do not have a Lars Sullivan, and I wouldn't have moved him to main roster because I kind of forget that the actual wrestling companies that exist on my save, because it's all been for the stream. Oh yes, yeah, we can definitely put Bugenhagen in a match. Yeah, I am here for Bugenhagen. Yo, I went to a show with I'm pretty sure it was his NXT TV debut, and there was a segment he was on. He comes out, he plays air guitar for 10 minutes, and then he goes to the back, and there's no payoff, and it was amazing. That is professional wrestling. And actually, if we're going to have some fun wrestlers in here, let's see. Let me go to... I'm pretty sure he's in USND. Let's see. Yeah, let's get Colt Cabana in here. But we still got 2 more slots if you guys want some more wrestlers. This this is present day Arquette. Alright, yeah, actually, like, I haven't been in a little while, and I have a couple different stings, I'm pretty sure. So let's go ahead and do both of those things. And then that's going to give us 8. So, let's see. I don't have 80s Sting. So, do not have a Surfer Sting, but I definitely have... Let's see. It's probably just going to be... Yeah, honestly, it would. Yes, let's go ahead and put Sting in there. Let's see. Alright, so you want earlier Sting. Let's go ahead and give him the neon paint. And so we got our 4 wrestlers in this over-the-top Battle Royal match. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, as I have called... Oh my... I think Jake Roberts has already been eliminated. This is, of course, over-the-top rope battle royal, and eliminations can come just that easily. I was just about to say I've called I think 10 of these matches, and with 8 men in the ring, all with their own goals and aspirations, it's extremely difficult to keep track of exactly what's happening. And that was another elimination, and that is Colt Cabana getting sent home. Honestly, probably not a bad thing, and it looks like it's not going to be Terrell's week either, as Terrell is eliminated. But Colt Cabana probably just here for the payday. Needs to go home, rehab his knee. Wish him the best on his recovery efforts. And 2 minutes in, and we are down to 5. Now Bugenhagen and Studley, along with Bob Ross and Sting, trying to stretch each other out. Big suplex from Rip Studley. A lot of really loud green in this match. Just a substantial amount of it. Bob Ross trying to figure out just exactly how he's going to paint a picture on this canvas. Taking his time with it a little bit. Possibly a little bit indecisive, as he's yet to really find a dance partner and stick with it. It looks like it and Rip Studley are going to go at it in the top left corner of our screen. While the Stinger and Bugenhagen battle it out right over the logo. And this match now happening at a little bit more of a watchable pace with only 5 men in the ring. Studley with an amazing display of power with that tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, and now he's trying to stretch out Bugenhagen. Back switch. The Stinger putting Bob Ross into the corner, but certainly unable to hit the Stinger splash, as there is just too much chaos in the ring. Prinzler going for that drop kick to knee over on Studley. Now it's like Bob Ross has isolated Rick Boogs, but the Stinger had other plans, but I don't think those plans involved getting backdropped onto the mat and putting a Kimura and neck hold. But that is exactly where the Stinger finds himself.
Give up.
Big arm drag, and once again, Studley just
Give up.
an excellent display of combination stretches, working multiple joints at once.
Give up.
He is certainly somebody that you are going to have to keep an eye on. Big two-man power bomb. As Bob Ross and Sting battle it out, a matchup that is absolutely legendary. Crossface, crossface, crossface. Fans surprised to see the crossface center of the ring.
Give up.
But Bugenhagen refusing to submit.
Yeah.
Prinzler responding back with a Northern Lights suplex, and that was nearly enough.
2.
And it is total pandemonium in the blue Gatorade corner. Bugenhagen thrown over the top rope, and Bugenhagen will go home.
1.
Big cutter from Studley, but now once again, both sides changing dance partners, and stroke of midnight onto Sting, but Sting immediately to his feet. And Sting electing to cut in, but gets slammed by Bob Ross for his trouble. And Studley once again showing his amazing technical prowess. I believe that was a time bomb. Followed by a PK, and now going for the cover, but Prinzler able to get his hand on the ropes. Once again, yeah, Bob Ross and Sting, that is an absolutely legendary matchup that I'm sure the wrestling community has been asking for years.
2.
And if they haven't been, they should have been.
Give up.
Appreciate that.
Give up. Give up.
Dudley going for that.
Yeah.
1, 2. Now Bob Ross, too resilient, refusing to kick out to that Northern Lights suplex, or to be pinned by that Northern Lights suplex. This is anyone's match here. All 4 of these competitors have a very good chance at taking this. Like, no one man has really gotten massively out in front of the other. Once again, Prinzler hitting that crossface, but Bob Ross will not be submitted. Sting possibly, or Studley possibly going for that triple power bomb that he is known for, but Sting breaking that up and electing to put a choke onto Prinzler. And at this stage of the match, cardio is crucial. Bob Ross and Studley battling it out. Bob Ross getting pushed into the blue Gatorade corner, but and a massive boot from Studley. Sting going for those 10 punches he's so well known for. Leaping DDT. And it is just too chaotic to call in the blue Gatorade corner. Bob Ross, massive power bomb, turns around and delivers punches to Studley, but shot into the ropes by the Stinger. Scorpion death drop, that's gotta be it. No, it's not enough. Rip Studley took Sting's best shot and he kept going once. And only once will he hit that power bomb. Prinzler somehow managing to avoid all that chaos and a little bit too proud of himself for it, and that ends up working against him. And the Stinger once again locking on that Scorpion death lock. And Studley still will not be submitted. Prinzler once again with that crippler crossface. And how you doing, Daniel? Appreciate you stopping by. Prinzler desperate to get a submission victory. He wants one of these men out of this match. Doesn't seem to care who. Studley proving to be too resilient. Studley going for another PK and hits it. Prinzler going up top. Big elbow drop right into the stomach of Studley. Running the ropes. And massive lariat. And once again, trying to submit one of these men. But all four men in this match know what's at stake. All four men want a shot at Maglo, because that is your ticket to superstardom. Roll up out of nowhere, but Bob Ross cutting him off. This fight dangerously close to the ropes. One miscalculation could result in an elimination, but just like I say, the fight making its way back. Now the Stinger trying to push Bob Ross closer to those ropes. But that big tackle from Bob Ross will take the Stinger down to the mat. Big Scorpion death drop, and that could be it for Prinzler. He locks on the Scorpion deathlock. It's still not enough. Nobody willing to be submitted. All four of these men want to face Maglo tonight. Big power bomb from Bob Ross as Studley hits that massive splash. I think a man that size coming crashing down off the corner turnbuckle is absolutely devastating.
2, 3, 4, give up. Yeah.
Big Northern Lights suplex, but Studley electing to break that pin attempt up. And I believe that will count. I believe that is an elimination. And yes, that is official. Prinzler eliminated by submission. Now it is Bob Ross, Rip Studley, and Sting. It is that. Super kick from Bob Ross. massive cutter from Studley. Sting trying to figure out who he wants to try to take out of this match next. Sort of having the same problem Bob Ross had earlier in this contest, as both competitors are proving to be absolutely deadly. Bob Ross possibly saving Sting there. I don't know how much more he had in the tank. Massive diving headbutt from Bob Ross. And sandwich back fist. Sting absolutely crushed by that tandem attack. And Studley is in the driver's seat. Just as I say that, Bob Ross now in control. Yeah, it's proving to be... Oh, another Scorpion death drop. If he locks this on, that's got to be enough. No, Bob Ross not allowing Sting to get that submission victory. That could end up costing him, as Studley is just as much a threat in this match. And now, this time, uninterrupted Scorpion deathlock, and that will be an elimination. He'd been put in that hold 3 or 4 times over the course of this match. He'd withstood the crippler crossface and repeated headbutts from Bob Ross, but it was finally enough. Big powerbomb whip from Bob Ross, and looks like he doesn't think one's enough. Another massive powerbomb. No, he's still not done. Sting's got to feel like he's in control here. As much of a fan favorite as Bob Ross is, his wrestling experience is somewhat limited. Ooh, big bulldog from Sting, but Bob Ross is to his feet. What he lacks in experience, he certainly has in heart. Big Samoan drop from the Stinger. Ooh, roll up out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3 count fall, and Sting will be Maglow's opponent tonight in the Maglow Open Challenge. I don't know who this is a bigger opportunity for. But we've still got a couple matches to go before we have the Maglow Open Challenge. So let's go ahead and get to some more of those matches right away. Now we've had back-to-back multi-man matches. We've got one more for you tonight. I mean, it's an over-the-top battle royal. Anything can happen, but I can get Jake the Snake another match on a later show, because you did want to see him wrestle specifically, and he was basically in the ring long enough for the match to load, and then some fluke elimination happened over the top rope. But, I mean, that's that match type. So, let's go ahead and get the KOF TV title match going on tonight. And of course, this match taking place by KOF 11 rules, which means it will be elimination, and wrestlers are prohibited from leaving the apron to interfere in the match. But we need an opponent for the Orange Gatorade team of JBIII, King, and D-Mob. So I go to you, the audience. Who is going to be the challengers this week? And if y'all don't start picking, I'm just going to put Zack Sabre Jr. in the match, because that's kind of what I do. So Zoe has a match later tonight. Zoe actually is challenging for the Shoot League Championship in tonight's main event. Alphonso versus Alpizar in a mixed martial arts contest. Alright, so I'm seeing 2 separate requests for Neville. So let's definitely get him in there. I don't think I have current Neville. Oh, actually I lied. I do. I just have him in the wrong stable. So Neville's definitely getting in. Alright, tell you what, I think I can compromise on this. So... Alright. So... Alright, we'll put in Pac. Do Ricochet, who I'm pretty sure I have. Also, if I can't read, which is a very real possibility, I might have him under US Indie or Ring of Honor or some weird shit. Let me make sure. If I don't, I definitely have him as, what is it? I have him as Prince Puma. Let's see. So, don't have that. Let's see. So, Ricochet as Prince Puma is an option. I'll check my other shit. Like, okay, and I don't have him in ROH either, and I don't have a. Oh, hey, how you doing, Elias? Appreciate you stopping by. This is the gentleman that contributed our new logo. So let's see. I will go ahead and put in Prince Puma, and so I mean, Prince Puma was Ricochet. Like, you could put in Prince Puma. But, alright, well, hope you like what you see. Basically, it's all AI stuff. Jack Gallagher? Alright, I can work with that. And actually, I think I am going to call an audible on Prince Puma, and yeah, I think we are going to go all UK. So, y'all thinking Zack Sabre or Ospreay? Like, of the two, you know which one I like, but I mean, alright, we are putting in Zack Sabre Jr. Which, I mean, if it was up to me, Zack Sabre Jr. would be on every show. Oh, man, did you see Zack Sabre's promo from last night's G1? Because, good lord, it was incredible. Like, that was legit promo of the year for me. I do have Pete Dunne. I think we have teams locked in. So this is going to be the matchup. Which, it's extremely rare that we have canonical teams. But, yeah, we got Team Great Britain against the Orange Gatorade team of JBIII King from King of Fighters and D-Mob. So let's just jump right into this match. So we have the Bastard, Pac, Jack Gallagher, and Zack Sabre Jr. representing Great Britain. They're going to try to bring the KOF TV title back to the UK. Now, that is going to be challenging, as Zack Sabre has made it very clear. It is very difficult to focus on the match when Boris Johnson is your Prime Minister. So we will see. Certainly the underhanded tactics of JB3 are going to put that into play as best he can. Possibly also D-Mob as well, but if you watched the last show, King and those absolutely deadly kicks that strike like an aluminum bat put in most of the work for their team the last time this championship was contested. So that will certainly be a factor when she is brought into this match. Pac bringing in Zack Sabre Jr., but JB3 going after Pac. He was not finished with him. Zack Sabre Jr. doing what he does best, trying to stretch a man out and take him apart limb from limb. But JB3 thought he was possibly trying to bring King into this contest, but no, it looks like he wants to do this one himself. Possibly a little bit of chatter between both men as they were during that test of strength. JB3 reminding Zack Sabre just who the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is. Or of England, rather. But ZSJ with that guillotine choke. ZSJ now bringing in Gallagher, but JB3 bringing in D-Mob, an absolute enforcer. So deadly a fighter, he is not allowed in sanctioned matches in the Def Jam Fight for New York, like organized competitions. But here he is in Blake's House Wrestling. Ooh, going for that enziguri, but Gallagher able to sidestep it. But D-Mob all power and showing that off here, dropping Gallagher right on the logo. And D-Mob just throwing Gallagher around like a man roughly 3/4 of his size, probably because he is. Only a 1 count from Gallagher, and Gallagher bringing in the bouncer of the women fighters team. She will absolutely kick your head off if you let her. But right now, Gallagher not giving her that opportunity. European uppercut after European uppercut. And King going for that standing B, but doesn't quite find its mark. But this PK will right across the chest of Zack Sabre Jr.
Shoot!
And there's those kicks and those mounted kicks to the head that submitted so many wrestlers. King repeatedly kicking Zack Sabre's legs out from under his legs and kicking the top of his head into his shoulders. But now it's the time of the bastard Pac. And King electing to bring JB3 into this contest, and both men now slugging it out in the orange Gatorade corner. Pac trying to take JB3's head clean off his shoulders, unable to do so. And JB3 responding back with a low blow. Harada electing to let them fight. And JB3 now applying some illegal leverage, choking the life out of Pac. And Pac will return to his own corner and bring Gallagher into this contest. Big double knee drop. Gallagher trying to find his bearings as JB3 is on a bit of a tear right now. Both sending Pac back to the blue Gatorade corner and not giving Gallagher really an opportunity to get anything going. And just several repeated punches to the head will send Gallagher to the mat. And now JB3 bringing King back into this contest. Gallagher possibly biting off more than he could chew. Kamigoye right into the jaw. And those kicks to the crown that are just so absolutely devastating. But Gallagher will fight on. King with that trap shot, repeated kicks to the head. Gallagher not allowing that to go any further. King electing to go back to her own corner and bring D-Mob into this match. And it looks like D-Mob and Pac are just willing to fight this out on the outside. D-Mob once, twice, 3 times with that triple power bomb. And it would be an absolute tragedy if that is what eliminated Pac, but no, he will make his way back into the ring. Zack Sabre Jr. reminding D-Mob just who his opponent is, as he seemed a bit distracted, trying to chase Pac down on the apron, and now locking in a guillotine choke. D-Mob able to power out of it. Just too big to really pin down like that. And King once again going to those kicks to the crown that eliminated 2 men last week.
Come on!
And those kicks to the crown will once again eliminate a member of Team Great Britain. And King with another elimination. And now Gallagher is all by himself. Those clinch kicks, absolutely devastating. If she locks on another series of kicks, now Gallagher able to lock on an armbar. He's got to get King out of this match one way or another. And it looks like that problem will solve itself as King makes her way to the apron, but now Gallagher still has to fight 3 men as the sole survivor of Team Great Britain. But unfortunately, he is still fighting for a country where Boris Johnson is Prime Minister. Double underhook suplex from Gallagher. Gallagher is fired up. But fired up might not be enough. She's King once again going for those mounted kicks to the crown. And King with the OCV over Team Great Britain. I am going to let this team rock for one more week. However, if King OCV's another team, we may have to check for PEDs. And the only reason I am not checking for PEDs this week is this is the King of Fighters TV title, and, like, it's kind of whatever. Actually, I'll tell you what, if there is some serious, like, people are really calling for it, I can take a look at that. Let me just fix this. All right. Let's go ahead and drug test King really quick, because we may have to strip them of the title if that turns out to be the issue. All right. Of course, this is not the first time that we have had to test a fighter for performance-enhancing drugs. Famously, Tony Jaa was banned from Famously, Tony Jaa was banned from Blake's house for performance-enhancing substances, as was Austin Walker, tragically. But let us see exactly what... let's see. So King is 200, but if I had to guess where those parameters were, it's maxed out kicks, some maxed out defensive stats. Let's take a look. Yep. So, I'd say King is definitely juicing. Let's see. Yep, strong spirit. Okay, yep. So, we will resolve the KOF TV title, or possibly reverse the decision of this match and give JBIII and D-Mob an opportunity to build a new team next week. And I think that's how we're going to settle this. We can reverse the decision and allow them to challenge for the title again. And that is largely due to the fact that if I strip the title, I'm pretty sure that's going to clear the title history. Yeah. I mean, neither did the team from last week, is the thing. So, I believe Evo is next week, so we've got a little bit of time to figure out how we are going to solve the KOF TV title picture. But because I'm not going to compete against Evo trying to stream, because I want to watch Evo. But, yeah. I think that is how we're going to play it. Although, we should probably also check on Vice and see what's going on there before we say that that's going to be the matchup. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. Oh, I am not at all worried about either of those people. Like, King got 2 back-to-back OCVs. Like, she was almost certainly... Okay, yeah, we can do that. First, let me go ahead and go into... Let's see. Okay, yeah, see, those are... That's a pretty ordinary stat block. So, alright, we'll do that. We'll look at... Let's see. All right, so it is it's kind of outrageous, like how well you perform, how well you do, but like that is a credit to making a pretty good AI. It's kind of a Worzalla solution, where Worzalla is understated relative to most of my roster, but his AI is set up to be like really good at one thing, and like he's built around that. So I'd say like, yeah, your character is kind of in the it's kind of in the same boat there, just more drastically so because your character is a manager. But in the interest of being thorough, alright, yeah, those are pretty standard numbers and pretty standard skills. And that also makes sense, just based on like how he fights. Alright. So, if we got any new viewers, I promise we don't usually get into situations where we are drug testing our wrestlers for performance-enhancing substances. But just by the nature of the KOF TV title and the Maglo Battle Royal, a lot of characters that I don't personally create or people I personally know create can get involved in those matches. Sometimes shit like that happens and a just outrageously busted character slips through the cracks and then they're champion. And that sucks. So I'll deal with that off TV. Like I'll probably just play out a match and give last week's challengers the title, because technically that decision should have been reversed as well. And then Team Great Britain can fight for that in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, it's a shame. Austin Walker is great. He's one of my favorite people on the internet. But it is what it is. But we've still got 3 more matches for y'all tonight. So let's go ahead and get that going now. So you'll get another chance after that. Actually, you know what we can do next week? We can make this a tournament for the title. You can find another partner. Those 2 teams can fight for it. And then we can have a third audience suggested team. And we can make an event out of that. Just so that way, with the spirit of the KOF TV title, which is supposed to be an audience-submitted team, that will get an opportunity to fight, as well as the 2 teams that got screwed, and then, because you and D-Mob were champions, I'll give you guys another shot at the title. Nick, if you are still hanging out in the chat, if you've got a wrestler that you want to see in this inter-promotional Fatal 4-Way, go ahead and suggest that. D-Mob is good as fuck. Like, he is legitimately overpowered. Yeah. Could put Bartholomew in, as he was in one of the... Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, because we have seen nearly everybody else, except for the tag teams, which might bring them in next week. Actually, haven't seen Babyman or Steve Jobber. But it's kind of a big boys match. Oh, nearly forgot to update this to the new ring. So, in this case, this was more a... Well, you know, let's go ahead and get into the match. A-Man of Judgment Pro Wrestling. Ramon of Blake's House Wrestling. Ian Bishop of Admiral Funk's currently unnamed wrestling organization. And Floyd Bartholomew of Nick's wrestling organization. Going to be battling it out in Fatal 4-Way action. So let's go ahead and get right into that match. Alright, so this is a Fatal 4-Way. Of course, said it a million times, but it is worth mentioning. You do not have to be pinned or submitted to lose a Fatal 4-Way. You need to constantly keep your eyes on a swivel. Ooh, double German suplex. Admiral Funk and A-Man just taking it to Ramon. A-Man, I suppose I should mention, is the current Judgment Pro Wrestling champion. And just easily the face of the company. I think the only wild card here is Bartholomew, who we have not yet seen in outside of tag team action. And it looks like, once again, another double German suplex. Admiral Funk calling his spots.
Give up.
It's Floyd Bartholomew. I think that's it. And Ramon just unable to get a break. This is kind of a repeat of Ramon in the Mixed Martial Arts tournament, as he was unable to get a single victory in the Mixed Martial Arts tournament, and now just less than 3 minutes, less than the length of a single round in the octagon, Ramon bested by Bartholomew's, like, just absolutely devastating ass drop. Now that will not be the last time we see some interpromotional wrestling. Sit out, sit down. That is the official name of Bartholomew's finishing hold from the Nick's Wrestling Organization rep that we have backstage. And just several hundred pounds of man just crashing down into the chest of Ramon. And Ramon unable to continue. He possibly may still be injured from the absolute barn burner of a match he had last week against PJ. Unfortunately, we may never know what his state was coming into this contest. But, as I said, that will not be the last time you see these four promotions go head-to-head, individually or in groups such as these. But before we trouble ourselves with what things are going to look like on later editions of this show, the match that you guys have been waiting for is going to be the Maglo Open Challenge. So let's go ahead and set that match up. We, of course, now know Maglo's opponent is going to be Sting. So let's go ahead and cue Maglo up with his opponent. Just a moment here. Let's see. So Maglo, of course, protecting this house from all comers. Now going against the icon. That is Sting. let's go ahead and jump right into the match. And ladies and gentlemen in the chat, that Bandcamp link is real. If you want to listen to some music that Maglo has produced, please go there. Or if you can't remember that, check out maglo.work for additional music from the People's Champion Maglo. Of course, he will be going up against Sting. The man that put a company on his back and walked for nearly 20 years.
Hoi.
So, of course, if you have been watching the last several weeks, Maglo putting on 2 back-to-back 5-star matches. And surely this match against Sting will be another one for the ages.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As Maglo attempting to give Sting the Maglo.work, but right now Sting appears to have the upper hand on the outside. As Harada counts and Maglo making his way into the ring to beat the count. And appreciate you, Sir Serpa. You may have missed one of your own matches earlier on tonight's show, as you picked up a win for the both for yourself individually, but for the Daytona All-Star team of yourself and Antonio. Or the Party Crashers, as Antonio prefers to be known by. But it's taken a little bit of focus away from a Maglo match, which is really unacceptable, as any Maglo match is must-see TV, and if you came in to catch this match live, then you came in at a great time. And right now, it's still Maglo and Sting just jockeying for position a little bit. Neither side willing to overcommit, which you absolutely can't afford to do when both men are this talented and have just absolutely lethal, sure-killing techniques. Right now, Maglo taking the long way to deliver that sliding D right across the face. And Maglo going into his patented airplane spin, putting on a show for the people from the front row all the way to the back and the tens of people viewing at home. Sting not allowing Maglo to keep that momentum as he's started to turn things around. Big splash into the center of the ring, right on that new logo. And Maglo now locking in that spinning toe hold. But Sting able to get out of it. So Maglo responding back by once again going to that airplane spin. And dumps Stinger right onto the canvas. And Maglo appears to be in the driver's seat here. And just as I say that, Sting with that back elbow and lariat has put him in control. Big drop kick square in the chest, but Maglo able to get to his feet first. Sting just constantly aware of where he is in the ring. But Maglo a little bit dazed by that DDT, and that allows the Stinger to hit that Scorpion Death Drop. And he's locking on his signature hold, the Scorpion Deathlock, and Maglo is struggling here. The Stinger has to know just how valuable a victory over Maglo would be, and there's a big drop kick. Maglo not delivering a kick for the last 8 minutes. That had to be fully charged as he hits the double arm DDT, and Maglo's trying to reverse momentum a little bit. There's another drop kick. So there's Maglo hitting both of his kicks. Maglo driver right on the logo. Takes a seat, 1, 2, 2.9, but not quite enough to put away the Stinger. So Sting responding back with the Scorpion Deathlock. And Maglo once again in a dangerous position. Maglo still refusing to let Sting take his back, and I can't say I blame him. Maglo going for that lucha thing that put Kula away about a month ago. 1, 2. No, only 2. Maglo knowing just how deadly Sting is if Sting can take your back. And locks on a chokehold, trying to just take the life, the energy away from Maglo. But that's not going to happen, not in the Blake's House ring. As the crowd will keep feeding him and feeding him until Maglo can turn things around. Maglo a little bit winded from those repeated sleeper holds, but big lariat. And once again, Maglo going to that patented airplane spin. He's trying to daze and disorient Sting. And slams him right to the mat. Sting trying to prove to himself and the people in the arena that he is the only man that can stand in the center of this ring. And once again, Maglo with that lucha thing slams him right on the logo. But once again, the Stinger still kicking out, refusing to give up. Takes his back, possibly going for that Scorpion Death Drop. But Maglo, Lariato, and he's going up top. Oh, but the Stinger rolling out of the way. And Maglo still just not allowing Sting to take his back. He knows how dangerous Sting is when he does that. Maglo possibly setting up a dive, but Sting rolling into the ring. There's the clothesline from Bretton Woods. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. The man doing it for his home, both from Blake's House and from Bretton Woods, Florida, with that clothesline from Bretton Woods, putting the Stinger away in another 5-star match. That is 3 in a row for Maglo. And I've got to say, Maglo's earned himself a shot at the title. Like, this man has carried this show week in and week out. Jamel is certainly going to have to watch himself, because this Maglo appears to be a force of nature. And I've said it for the last couple weeks, I'll say it again. If there's a wrestling show in your town, there's only one name announced, and that name is Maglo. You go to that show, because you are guaranteed a spectacular contest. But we do have one more match for you guys tonight. That is the main event. Of course, you guys saw last week Alphonso defeating Alpizar in SWA rules action. Alpizar possibly taking Alphonso a little bit lightly, as Alpizar wrestled that match in jeans. This match is for the title. I don't think he is going to be taking Alphonso lightly this time. But we will certainly see how well Alpizar handles himself against Alphonso in the Octagon, because that match is right now. There's that down D taking Alpizar's legs out from under his legs. So Alpizar may be a little bit more comfortable in the octagon than he is in the squared circle. As Alpizar has that Taekwondo background that he will certainly be leveraging over the course of this fight. But Alphonso is all power. But right now, locking on that Scorpion Deathlock that we saw employed to great effect from Sting earlier on tonight's show. But Alpizar not allowing Alphonso to get this started. And I can't say that I blame him. Big body slam from Alpizar and transitions into a knee bar, trying to take some of Zoe's offense away from him. This match, just like the Shoot League, will be 3 3-minute rounds. Champion's advantage determines that if this goes to a draw, Alpizar will retain the championship. But Alphonso is going to do everything that he can to not allow that to happen. And it looks like he's starting to get some offensive momentum going. Alpizar shutting that momentum down with a knee to the gut. Alpizar, big reverse chokeslam, and once again working the leg of Alphonso. Alphonso caught Alpizar with several down Ds earlier in this contest. He probably wants to take that tool away from him. And big trouble in paradise from Alpizar. And Alphonso just responding back with a jab right to the face. Double leg takedown. Alphonso reversal. And rolls through, but possibly a little bit of inexperience in the octagon, although certainly can't say that as he did compete in the Shoot League. But right now, Alpizar, this is just the Alpizar show right now. And Alpizar showing why he is the shooter champion. Big kick to the head, but despite that, Alphonso refusing to stay down. And Alphonso actually to his feet first after that exchange. Alphonso possibly finding a second wind. But Alpizar measuring him with that jab. And once again going for that big reverse chokeslam, and that's it. So Alpizar and Alphonso currently 1-1, but Alpizar gets the win when it matters in the octagon when the title's on the line. This will certainly not be the last time these two men face off. Possibly not even the last time they face off for this title. But Eric showing why he won the Shoot League so many weeks ago, and why he should still be champion in the octagon. So that is going to be it for the canonical portion of this show. I'm going to do one more dark match of Random All, see what we get, just so I can kind of hang out with the chat and talk for a little bit. Let's see what we have here. I'm thinking it's gotta be Nakoruru, right? I mean, Sam Show just came out. Nakoruru just got a guest spot in a Chinese free-to-play basketball game. Like, Nakoruru is definitely in the blue Gatorade corner. So what are y'all thinking about the orange Gatorade corner? So here's kind of where I'm at. Like, If y'all want Exhibit, I'll give you Exhibit. So Exhibit and Randy Savage have both been on Blake's House TV. And actually, I'm going to strike Randy Savage right now. Because you did ask for Exhibit. Alright. Alright. Nick is cool with me striking Exhibit and giving us 0. Drew also pretty cool with 0. Yeah, let's go with... let's do this one for the fighting game community. Nakoruru versus 0. Sounds good to me. And so this is a dark match, so I'm not super concerned about doing play-by-play for it. If you're still hanging out in the chat, yes, I do really appreciate you putting together the logo. Like, I fucking love what you do with your art account. It's reliably hilarious, and appreciate you taking that on. So kind of what I'm thinking for where this goes, the Blake's House JPW Alliance has to figure out what the answer to the Rapture is going to be, because he's just kind of been on a tear. So if you want to do another video promo, go ahead and do so. But I feel like the outside of match segments, that's kind of on us, scrambling to figure out what the answer to dealing with him is going to be. But if you want to do another cryptic promo of hey, y'all are fucked, I'm not going to complain, I'll absolutely run it. Also, if you want to see your guys doing stuff specifically, I'm trying to work in your MMA guys, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't debuted either of your tag teams yet, so if you want to cut something specifically, hey, these guys are here, and they also deserve a match, I can get them both matches on next week's show. Yeah, if you sent me something, I have not looked at that yet. But yeah, if you've got ideas of what you want to do with your wrestlers, and what matchups you want to see and what pairings you want, if you want to have in tag teams and stuff, please let me know. That is both hey, it's you made these wrestlers, if you've got direction for them, cool. I meant an answer in a figurative sense. But the other 2 matches he was in were deliberately set up to be squash matches to make this guy look scary, which is kind of what I did to set up to build up A-Man for the other cross-promotional event. So kind of same idea there. Yeah, like, the power critical is, like, the biggest, like, dice roll. But I haven't tested him a whole lot against any of my guys or any of GK's guys yet. Just to kind of see, like, how those matches shake out. Because he's supposed to be strong, and I get that. So, like, I'm not going to give you shit for making a strong character that's supposed to be strong. Good lord, that moonsault went fucking forever. Oh shit. Admiral Funk himself hanging out in the chat. You missed yourself appearing in a 55-second match that ended via a critical, just as a fluke. Captain Planet coming at you with the fucking sickle. But by the way, I do appreciate you dropping your characters on the Steam Workshop. No, actually, so it was a Fatal 4-Way. So you were not actually involved in the finish of the match by the nature of it being a Fatal 4-Way. Actually, it was one of my wrestlers that got critical. Because the gimmick of that match was supposed to be Blake's House Wrestling, Judgment Pro Wrestling, Nick's Wrestling Organization, and your currently unnamed wrestling stable. We're all sending one guy to a Fatal 4-Way. Yo, I've said this to GK and I've said this to Nick, who are... GK might not be in the chat. He said he was watching something else tonight. If you want to record video of yourself cutting a promo, or you have ideas for what you want your wrestlers to do, tell me. I will use those videos on my stream. Like, I've got all my old episodes on YouTube, and, like, if you go to the sections marked segment, there's some funny shit on there. But, that is also me asking you to do work for free, so if you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. And I can just, like, use your wrestlers, and they can show up on my TV sometimes. Oh, well, here's the thing, man. None of us know shit about video production. And none of us are very good in front of a camera. Like, I feel like I've gotten good at commentary because I've been doing this for nearly 4 months. But, I mean, if you watch the first week of me doing this compared to today, like, eventually you just get good at it. And, I mean, that was the dark match, so I don't feel too bad about talking over it. Okay, yeah. You guys' promo was amazing. Like, simple and plain. That was the best segment that I've had on my show, period. But, yeah, basically, like, if you want to contribute, awesome. Another thing that I have done with GK, because we had a pay-per-view, like quote-unquote pay-per-view, about a month ago, where it was his stable versus my stable. So I had him on a Discord call, and we did dual booth commentary. Which is a thing I know I've brought up to you before as a thing that we could do. I also got Nick, who is Troll Wizard in the chat. He commentated one of the matches over Discord as well. It's a thing I've talked with you about trying to do at some point. So, whatever level you are interested in and willing to contribute, cool. If you like all you're contributing is watching my stream, that still helps and I appreciate it because I'm a fucking narcissist and I want people listening to the things that I have to say and seeing the things I do. So that still helps me. And if you don't do that, that's cool too. But that is going to be it for this week's show. I am taking next week off for EVO because, like I said, I don't want to have my stream go up against EVO, and also I want to watch EVO. So this will be on in 2 weeks. So anybody that's new, I try to run a show every Sunday between 7 and 7:30 Eastern Time, United States. Next week being the exception. But otherwise, you can catch me at twitch.tv/MondayCindy every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern, for some Fire Pro Wrestling. Occasionally, I stream other stuff. I don't have a real schedule for that. Right now, I am currently about 2/3 of the way through my Night in the Woods playthrough, and at some point, I might fuck around with Battletech again. But if you're here for the wrestling, just check me out every Sunday. If you're watching the VOD or you're watching this on YouTube, like I said, twitch.tv/MondayCindy between 7 and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And got a pretty good sized crowd today. Appreciate all you for hanging out, and hope to see you in 2 weeks.